Good evening, good evening, good evening. Y'all look at me. Looking like a little bald eagle. Baby, these lashes are on their last leg. So excuse these lack of lashes. But how is everyone doing tonight? We're going to talk about some money. Okay, we're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about some finances. I have a lady who is coming on tonight who's going to get us all together. Miss Nicole, if you could request to join so I can add you to the live. I need everyone to get a pen and paper so we can kind of get some things together, okay? So whether we are talking about our business finances, we're talking about our own finances, it is very important that we understand management of money, that we understand. Here she what financials do we need in our business? I'll break that down also. How do we understand our numbers? How do we understand our finances? So I have Miss Nicole on the line. How you doing this evening?
Fine. How about
I'm
you?
doing
Hi, gorgeous.
awesome. I love that necklace.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
hmm So I was telling everyone, that tonight we're going to be talking about money, finances, entrepreneurship, and Miss Nicole has a fabulous planner, a fabulous planner. So Miss Nicole, why don't you introduce yourself to my audience, kind of tell everyone who you are, and then how you kind of got into this industry.
Absolutely. So, yes, thank you for that robust introduction. I am Nicole Wynn, and I am the founder of Financially Fit Money Managers. And our platform, pretty much, it's just a platform that's created to cultivate an environment that promotes financial literacy and cultivate positive behaviors as it relates to money management. So it is our belief that money management, it's a behavior, and it's a behavior that has to continually be cultivated. So we have created a lot of resources such as the financial
Mm-hmm.
planner in order to help people stay on track with their budgets. And we do many lives where we engage and we talk about all things money management. It is our belief also that money management is what allows you to grow your money. We can stay in this continuous cycle of always getting and getting and getting,
Mm-hmm.
but if we never conquer the money management, it's just always a vicious cycle. So that is what the platform is all about.
So what was this is what people are going to say. Well, I don't have any money to save. I mean, by the time I cash my check and pay my bills and eat out and get my nails done and get my hair done and do a couple Sunday fun day brunches, I don't really have any money to save. So I need to first make more money before I can save, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. That has been one of our topics that we hit hard on for January, and that was creating those passive income sources. So we started breaking down the different types of income that one can get, and one of those sources is passive income. We all know about earned income,
Correct.
where you actually go to a job and you earn those dollars. So in exchange, you're exchanging your time for money. So, of course, you can only work so many jobs.
Correct.
So, the passive income comes in where this is money that you make in your sleep. So, we started talking more on what is passive income. These are income streams that is kind of set it and forget it. It could be we blasted out so many different resources on our website and through our email list. We invite you guys to go and click the link in the bio to join our mailing list we send out all those sources, such as writing digital books, writing any type of maybe graphic design services, any type of services that you can kind of set it for your client, and you could put these on your website and you can sell these, and you're making money in your sleep, and you can do these things parallel to your income that you're making on your job. So
Correct.
one, you build that up to a certain level. If you want to leave your job, this is an additional source for you that you can leverage and diversify out your finances.
So when we talk about, well, let me first back up. When we talk about being financially fit, we need to understand basically where are we spending our money. So if we're
Absolutely.
trying to, if now in my becoming challenge, we are working on getting 3 to 6 months of living expenses
Yes.
saved. So for us to be able to get a savings, and let me just hint, WeWork is filing bankruptcy. Wayfair just laid off employees. UPS just laid off 1,200 employees. I mean, the signs are everywhere, right?
Yes.
So for us to be able to get a surplus of our regular 9 to 5 income, we are going to have to decrease some spending. So we
Absolutely.
cannot have a savings account and pay our bills and get our lashes done and get our hair done so we're going to have to kind of for a couple of months, stay inside for a second, maybe get our nails done once a month. Like I always believe in people, you kind of penny pinch where you feel like you can penny pinch, but we can't do everything and develop a savings account.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's wonderful that you say that. One of the things that we taught on last week was on no spend activities, some safe activities that you can involve yourself in, where it could be a simple day of decluttering your closet, decluttering the things on your computer, going to the park. There's a lot of activities, and this is a part of becoming
Mhm.
financially fit, cultivating those behaviors where everything doesn't have to cost money.
Correct.
The only two elements that you can control in the budget is either you're going to increase your income or you're going to decrease your expenses. It
Correct.
has to, you can do both, but those are the elements. There's nothing else. It's not really hard. It's more behavioral. So
Correct.
that's why we go week by week and we sit down and we talk about first putting that plan together. What
Mm-hmm.
what is that financial
Mm-hmm.
plan? What are you thinking you want to do? And then we craft something specific, because a budget is specific to your needs. Your budget may not be the same as someone else's budget. So just sitting down and crafting out something that works for you, something that is specific and something that is reasonable for you. And I think once you create something that will work for you, you're more apt to stick to it than if you try to pick something that's working for someone else.
Correct.
So yes, doing that weekly, talking about it, creating an environment that's a safe space where people can come, they can sit, they can listen at others' experiences. We can get professionals on the line like yourself that can talk to us a little bit about grant funding, business structures, how these structures affect your tax liabilities, how you can save more of your hard-earned money that you're working for,
Correct.
because that's what it comes down to. You don't want to give all your money to the government in taxes. So learning the difference between tax evasion and tax avoidance. Tax evasion, we know, is illegal. Those are
Correct.
illegal ways to avoid taxes. But tax avoidance is very legal. These are ways that you can decrease your tax liability through legal tax shelters. So just dropping those nuggets on the platform and starting the people to think, hey, maybe I can pivot this way to save. This is a cost savings. When you can strategize all year long how you cannot pay as much taxes in a legal manner. So just hitting on all different points to be able to reduce those expenses so that you can keep more of your money in your pocket, and you can get to that emergency fund of saving 3 to 6 months, having that up in the kitty.
Okay, I'm gonna break down these four things so we can kind of maybe I'll give an example of what you can do, and then you can give an example. Because I want to go over budget, taxes and tax strategy, expenses, and then increasing your income. So for budget, um, what are you comfortable with as far as reducing, right? Some things would be like maybe we pack a lunch during the week and only eat out on the weekends. Maybe we, 86 Starbucks and make our coffee at home, or get a cheaper alternative, a little McDonald's coffee. Okay. Maybe I'm only gonna do, my self-care maintenance once a month, and maybe try to do something at home, get me like a little pedicure kit. Now, when I first started my law firm, I took these nails off. Lashes weren't even invented back in my little heyday. Okay. I took these nails off. I did my own pedicure. I lived off the Wendy's 99-cent menu because they had one back in that day. I used to get them little square top ramens with some peas from Great Value from Walmart, because I wanted the bulk of my money. I had to go to Mac, and I had to, bip into the mall for a little express something. I had to buy something. So shopping was what I did. So what I did was I would write down how much I'm going to spend in eating out, all these things, and I had envelopes.
Yes.
And then I had all the cash in the envelope, because swiping that card, baby, was imaginary money. And then I would see, come the middle of the month, I'm dipping into my gas money to get this new lipstick from MAC, and by the 20th, I'm out of money. So it took me like 6 months just to get myself on a budget, right? So
Yes.
if you need help budgeting, do you help clients come up with a plan?
Absolutely. We do have some people that reach out, and right now we're not charging. We're just trying to build up our client base to help people get on the right track. Eventually, we want to see people build that wealth that they can pass down through their family. So the beginning stages of that is understanding the budget and making something that works for you. That's good that you talked about the cash envelopes. I've tried that as well. And it does work better than a debit card, because debit cards, you're just swiping and you're not always conscious
Correct.
on what you're spending with that. But another thing that helped me, because I worked downtown for a long time, and I would want to drive every day because I want control. It's a control thing. You don't want to, you want to come, leave when you want to leave, get there when you want to get there.
Right.
But it was so costly coming from way out in the suburbs. So I had to pay tolls, I had gas, and then this increased insurance liability when you're driving. So when you add all that up in the gas of going back and forth, most of the jobs when you work downtown offer like the bus subsidy, where they will pay you a card to ride the bus, and they have different bus stops where it's not like a regular city bus, but it's like a coach bus. And it's like for a lot of big companies participate in that transit program, or a lot of governmental agencies participate, and it's free. They give you the card, and the card is what pays for that. So that eliminates the gas. So I would mix that in sometimes, and I would, take that as an option.
Right.
But for the most part, if I know I have something to do afterwards, I would drive my own vehicle. But that's a cost savings. Subscriptions can get kind of ridiculous. So there's apps out there that you can download that will link up with your bank account and will tell you every subscription that's coming out of your bank account. And you can start eliminating the ones that you don't need. I mean, cable, you have to shop around, shop out your insurance rates, homeowners insurance, car insurance. So this is what, creating a budget monthly, this is what that does for you. And this is one of the things that we have been going over. I use a sticker system. I know this is kind of a lot for some people, but when we're talking week to week, we're going over each individual week things that we want to see better for the next week, and things that we could do better in the next month. And then at the end of the month, we're doing a recap on how we can make that better the next month. So it's just cultivating that behavior, that healthy behavior. And by the time you do that for 12 months, something is going to stick. And that behavior should be set in place that if I want to save this amount of money, this is my goal. These are the things that I need to do to get there.
Right.
So that's all it does. It's just changing how you think about money, how you manage money, and it's cultivating a new mindset as it relates to managing money so that your money can grow.
So for anyone who's joining on this live late, this is Miss Nicole. She's a financial expert. If you look at the top arrow at the top of your screen and you hit that, her Instagram profile will come up, and just hit follow so that you can start following her. And you guys need to book. Now, she just said she was giving budget consultations for free. Okay, so we don't need to wait. We need to go ahead and book. And she has a planner that's going to help you get on a budget. Now, here's the thing. No matter how much money you make, you're going to have to be on a budget.
Yeah.
The misconception is when I make more money, I don't have to be on a budget. Well, the more money you make, 9 out of 10 times, the more money you're going to spend. So if you can't manage $30,000, you definitely can't manage $300,000. Well, yes, I can't. It's more money. Well, when you get that raise 9 out of 10 times, what are you going to do? You're going to upgrade your living. You're going to upgrade your car. You're going to upgrade the restaurant. You're going to upgrade what stores you shop in. You're going to upgrade your kids' school. You're going to upgrade these vacations. You are going to upgrade everything. So we're still on this rat race at $30,000. We get a raise of 60. I get a new townhome, a new luxury car. Boom, boom. Now I'm on a rat race at 60. I get another raise. Now I'm making 200. What do? We get another car. So we are still on the rat race. And what you have to understand is the money principles are the same whether you make 30,000, 300, or a million. If I make $1 million a year, but I spend 1.1, I'm broke. So you can be broke in a mansion, you can be broke in a Benz, you can be broke on a bus. If I'm living check to check, I'm broke. And there are so many professionals, so many athletes. I mean, I don't know how many stories we got to hear of an NFL player, NBA player. He signed for $300 million, and 6 years later he broke. How he broke? How he spent $300 million? He spent 301. The same way you making 30 and you spend 31. It's the same thing. So until you fix the problem, getting that money advance loan, making more money, none of that solves the problem. The problem is here. I need to have this makeup. I need to have this outfit. I need to have this car. We always want these things, and there's nothing wrong with wanting nice things, but they have to fit in a plan, a budget. So we need to book a consultation with Miss Nicole and get her planner, because just because we get on this live, so tomorrow I'm gonna be on a budget, baby, you're not. Baby, by Friday you're gonna be somewhere where you're not supposed to be. Like, how did I end up in Chanel? And I just said I wasn't shopping, because it's something in us that we have to fix. How long, Miss Nicole, does it take on average for someone to actually make a plan, but then actually be able to stick to the plan?
I would say it's going to at least take you, by, technically what they say, 21 days crafts any habit.
Right.
But I would say realistically, it's going to take you probably about 90 days, 3 months of being repetitive and actually coming in, listening to some of the income nuggets that we're dropping, because sometimes it is the fact that you need more money for your situation, because a lot of the times we do get ourselves into situations where it's just simple, it's not enough money. Some things we cannot easily reduce our house payment. We cannot easily come off of a lease without financial consequences to that. So sometimes we do need more money, and there are side hustles out there that does not.
Miss Nicole, I'm gonna get there. Push pause on that. I'm gonna get there. Okay, so besides cutting down expenses, here's another thing we can do, which don't shoot the messenger. We can downsize our lifestyle. We can get out that townhome and get you a roommate, or get that 1-bedroom apartment. we can turn that luxury car in and get us like a Honda Accord, a
Mhm.
Camry.
Mhm.
What you mean? Y'all hear me out, y'all hear me out. If you could do that for 6 months to a year, you will be able to take that money, either invest it in your business, or you will be able to put it in your savings account. When I was an attorney, and then I stopped practicing law, and I opened up a salon franchise. Right, I'm driving a Jaguar, fresh off the showroom floor. I turned my Jaguar in and got a Toyota Sequoia. Okay, it was a $495 difference in the note with insurance. Um, I drove that Toyota Sequoia for a whole year, putting that additional money with the insurance, the car note. I was not in the mall. I told my salesperson, Chanel, Louis Sachs, don't call me. I am opening up a new business. I need all this capital. Don't email me. Don't text me those sales, because if I see it, I'm gonna go in there and get it.
Yes.
Right? I did that for a whole 18 months. Everybody's talking about me. Girl, she was in that Jag and she in a Toyota Sequoia. I don't know what happened. I don't know what she doing. She done start practicing law. She's selling this hair. They talking about you. But here's the thing. They gonna talk about you
Anyway.
regardless, right?
Yeah.
18 months later, I now have 3 salon locations.
Oh my
The
goodness.
Toyota Sequoia is now a Rolls Royce Ghost. And guess what? They still talking about, what she do? The same thing. So if you can put in your mind, I'm going to sacrifice for 6 months, 18 months, whatever it is, but here's the goal. You can always get a new purse. You can always, them cars ain't going nowhere. It's going to be a new body style in 2 years. The purse, that shoe going to be old in 2 years. That trip destination going to be old in 2 years. What is the goal that you're going to?
Yes, yes, yes. That is amazing that you say that. And I know you didn't look over on my Facebook. I did a live last night talking about the exact same
Come
thing of what
on.
I had to do to pull out of a situation in an old luxury vehicle, all this maintenance, all this, to the tune of $1,800 a month,
Mm.
got away from it, got in a Kia Sorento,
Come on,
and
Kia.
yes, the streets were talking.
Mm.
So had to do all of that, but that was the financial plan. That was the revamped plan because I knew it wasn't gonna last long.
Correct.
And now they're still talking, but they have a different
Exactly.
talk now.
Exactly.
So that is so important that you say that. And one of the first pages in this planner is 2 prayers that I have in this planner that helped me through some of those dark
Mm.
times. And it's really just getting in your mind that you have to flee
Mm.
temptation, flee some of these behaviors that suck and waste your money away, and you just have to change, and you have to get that godly relationship with
Correct.
money where you stick to your plan. You're not thinking and worrying about what people are saying. You set that plan, you stick to that plan, and as life is life, and constantly change the plan. The plan does
Correct.
not have to stay. When economic conditions hit, you go back in and you tweak it and you do what you need to do. But in the end, it's going to turn out as long as you set that plan the way you need to set that plan. You need professionals in your life that's speaking financial life to you and not just living for the
Correct.
Louis Vuitton bag or the Gucci
Correct.
or just want to look good. We
Correct.
want to look good on paper,
Correct.
and this is one of the sheets that's in the planner
Mm-hmm.
when you were talking about maybe move out of that expensive, townhouse and move into something that's more conducive to your budget. This is one of the sheets in here, and this sheet deals with telling you how much of a living housing expense that you
Mm.
can afford according to your income. And as long as you stick by these guidelines, you're within your budget for housing. This is a housing budget, whether it's a house that you buy, whether it's a
Mm-hmm.
house that you rent.
Correct.
You should not be spending over these percentages of the money that you bring in. As you get more money, you can elevate that. but I wouldn't be so quick to elevate that until you have a steady stream of it, and you know that it's
Correct.
permanent, and it's not just as soon as you elevate your income, you're jumping out there and you're jumping up, because you're going to keep leveling your expenses up with your income, and you're still not going to get to where you need to be in a timely fashion. But getting that plan together, that financial plan, which includes the budget, which includes this planner, includes talking to me, so that we can get this together and get you on the right track, and you will have all of these tools at your disposal.
Can you show us the front page of the cover? Because she's real cute.
Sure.
She's real cute. Okay, so
Absolutely. This is the front page.
everyone, we need to I need everyone to go look at the top of your screen. There's going to be a white drop down arrow. If you hit it down, you're going to be able to see Miss Nicole's page. Go ahead and follow her. We need to then purchase this planner in her link, and then we need to book a consultation, because we are in January of 2024.
Yes.
Okay, so we can go ahead and get with Miss Nicole to get a plan. It's gonna take some of y'all a couple of months, like it took me, to kind of get ourselves in order. But there's no need for us to be in the same situation year after year after year. And she just says she's doing these budget consultations for free right now. I don't know how long they're gonna be for free. Okay, so we come on, order the planner. Thank you. We need to kind of get our finances in order so that we can then embark our new journeys.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about some different types of passive income.
Yes.
So we want to be able, okay, so if we work a 9 to 5, if we have a business, that's called earned income. We're going to work, we're working the business, we're going to our job, working our job, and we get paid either on what we're selling or what we're doing at our job, right? Now, there is something called passive income, where you basically you set something up once, and then you just make money off of it day after day, week after week, month after month. Okay. Real estate investing is, would be a passive income. You're going to buy a house once, and then either you're going to Airbnb it, or we're going to have some rental property, and every single month, people are paying their rent. You can get into stocks and bonds. I'm not into all that, so that's not my lane. But you can buy a stock and make money. But digital products, right?
Yes.
I am an advocate of digital products. I am going through a divorce. Husband took all the money out the account, left me with nothing, and I have a son, and I gotta pay my bill. So my mom paid my rent for the first month, and I started selling digital products to sustain me and my son and pay for all these legal fees. Okay, so if you're good at something, what is your gift? What do people ask you that they need help on? Are you good at organizing? Are you good at budgeting, like Mr. Cole? Are you good at cooking? Are you good at repairing something? Are you good at resumes? Are you good at whatever it is? You can sell that knowledge in either an ebook or a webinar on our webinar platform. Miss Nicole is a financial expert. She just told you she had an issue. She didn't reduce her budget. She got herself together. Now she has this planner teaching people what to do. She only made the planner once. When you guys go and order it, she's now making money during the day as she's shopping, as she's with her kids at a football game, in her sleep. What can you sell of your knowledge, or do you have a service? Okay. Do you maybe dress nice and you can be a stylist? Do you want to sell something? What can you do that people will ask you to do? And you can now either add an additional stream of income. So you are making your money on your 9 to 5, but on the weekend, maybe we're catering. Maybe you made an ebook on how you lost 20 pounds, how you overcame depression, how you have these badass kids and you got them on a schedule. Whatever it is that people ask you, hey, I need help with this. What is that? Because see, when you're an expert in something, you don't think people don't know, because that's what you know. But a lot of people don't know what it is that you know. So Ms. Nicole, what are your thoughts on generating or creating passive income flows to kind of add to your income for every single month?
Yes, so the digital products, they're an amazing way for just the average person to get out there and create something. There's so many templates out there that you can use to kind of get into that industry that has like master license onto it. But it's like you said, anything that you are skilled in, if that's doing sew-ins or something, you may have a crafty technique behind that you want to put that in writing or sell that in a digital product to someone. We're at a time now where people are tailoring back from going to college because
Mm-hmm.
colleges are rising their tuition so much. So people are taking these short courses. And, if the downloads are cheap enough, people will buy them.
Right.
So it's just knowing the market that you're in. I would say anything that you're talking about doing, do your research in what markets you should be marketing your products in, doing research to see what there's a need of.
Mm-hmm.
That's the important thing, not just putting something out there. You have to be answering to the need of somebody. So if there's a need for knowing how to do sew-ins or knowing how to do this new technique, that could be something you could do. Like you said, they could do
Mm-hmm.
worksheets. You have people during the COVID era. You have to also look at economic conditions. During COVID, a lot of people start homeschooling their kids.
Hmm.
So people were looking for resources to be able to
Correct.
get them through that. People are looking for resources to get grants. People are looking for resources to add to their income. So anything that you can have it fairly priced and give someone the solution to their problem, it's going to be a hit. So you just need to find the right markets to put that in. Real estate is always, right now, we know real estate is booming beyond
Mm-hmm.
measure in a lot of different areas. So that's another passive one. If you're doing real estate, and like you said, Airbnb is one option with real estate. Another one, getting in on capital gain exclusions, like staying in the home for 2 years, selling the home after that. The IRS, knowing what these legal tax shelters are so that you don't give all your money back. The capital gains exclusion, 250,000, your first $250,000 gain on buying a property, as long as you've stayed in it for 2 years, you can have a tenant in there. The 2 years don't have to be consecutive. They can be, jumping
Mm-hmm.
around. $250,000 tax-free money. So just knowing these kind of things, putting them in your financial plan, saying, hey, I think I want to buy a property in 6 months. Sit down with somebody and figure out how you can put that in your budget. What areas have 0% down payment where you can get in the home that you're trying to purchase for 0% down?
Right.
Knowing what programs are out there, what government programs, like you said, stocks, bonds. If you're not knowledgeable in those areas, they tend to be a little bit more risky.
Mm-hmm.
But the digital products, doing digital graphic designing for people. So many people are starting businesses.
Mm-hmm.
They need help creating websites. They need
Logo.
help with
Mm-hmm.
marketing. You have influencer income that you can make online, Instagram, Facebook, good source for that. Once you have your followers up, there's just so many ways you can create these sources parallel to you going to your 9 to 5. And this is an extra stream so that if you are shut down again, and let's say you're in the restaurant industry and everything is closed down, you will have this stream steady going and you're not just zero flat out of money again. I'm pretty sure just like that was a pandemic, there will be another one at some point.
Correct.
So we have to start thinking how we can diversify out our income to be able to prepare ourselves better financially. And that's what the financial plan is all about. Stacking up your cards so that if
Right.
something happened, you're not just going to fall.
And then if you already have a business, you can have a digital product that coincides with your
Yeah.
business to add on to another lane of income and you're still in the same industry. So if you're a hairstylist, maybe you have an ebook on how to keep your hair healthy, how to properly take out a sewing, how to grow your edges while you're wearing a protective
Yeah.
style, how to style your hair. If you are already a caterer or in the food industry, give me a recipe book, like, 10 desserts, or, a low calorie salad book, whatever is your flair. But people probably want some more on that, or teaching someone how you got in the industry. How did you open up your own business? How did you become a massage therapist? How did you become an eyelash tech? What are some vendors to get my supplies? What certifications did I get? Should I have my own salon? People, whatever you have accomplished, people need to know how you did it. These are all ways that we can just add additional revenue streams to what we're already making. So if we're living off of our business income, whatever the ebook or the course is coming in, we're just putting that right to saving. We're not even seeing that. So if something were to happen, we're not stressed. We already know, well, I have money saved up to live. I'm good. These are all things, but once again, going to see Miss Nicole to get this planner so you can plan out how you're going to save your money, and then learning the financial literacy. A lot of this is not taught in schools, and it's not taught in schools for a reason. If everyone knew what Miss Nicole was talking about, then payday loan places wouldn't exist.
Absolutely.
These high interest rate cars wouldn't exist. These merchant advance loans wouldn't exist. All these predatory financial lending systematic things would not exist. But because we don't know it and it's not taught, we now have to go do the work to learn it, and then teach everyone who's in our circle, hey girl, I went to Miss Nicole, you need to go there so you can kind of get on your plan.
Yes, absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly with everything you just said. A lot of these concepts are not taught in our schools, but that's a part of you leveling up and getting people in your community that can share this knowledge with you, that can leverage you to the point where you can, get your bag up and get it up legally.
Right.
That's what's going to make your money grow. Another avenue that we will be adding to the platform is on tax audits, because once you start leveling that bag up, it's only a matter of time where that could be a possibility where you may encounter. And there's so many things of how just having that tax audit background. I have worked for the IRS, and I have done many Fortune 500 audits in the field in my prior days of being an accountant, tax audit accounting. And just seeing so much, I think this is well needed because it can help people avoid some of the things that get them in these situations. So whether it be ebook products that we put out there or whatever it is, dropping these nuggets that as we start learning about passive income sources and we start building and building and building, now you're in a different tax bracket and your audit risks are different then. So we will be adding that as well, but we're trying to leverage everything right now and get everybody on the same playing field, but we do plan on growing to that level where we can assist in those areas as well.
So let's talk about the real alphabet boys, the I, the R, and the S. Jesus. So you may have heard the song, "The More Money, More Problems," and that is true. Okay. So if you are a business owner and you are making around $50,000 or $60,000 in profit, let me back up. If you are a business owner, you need to be you need to be seeing at least an accountant. Okay. H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, Kiki's Little Tax Service, those are not for you as a business owner. Okay. There are different tax laws, tax deductions, tax rules that businesses are afforded that H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, Kiki and them's tax service is not going to know. I'm not throwing any shade to those businesses, right? But if I want to go learn how to swim, I'm not going to go to a farm to learn how to swim. I'm going to go to a lifeguard, I'm going to go to a pool to learn how to swim. So if you have a business, you need to be in with an accountant. An accountant is someone who has gone to college and they have an accounting degree and they understand how to prepare taxes. Now, once you start making more money, you're going to then want to go to what's called a CPA, a certified public accountant. They have an accounting degree, and they went and took a test to become a certified public accountant. They're gonna be more than the accountant hourly wise, right? But you want to be at it first. You got to be at an accountant, okay? So I have a master's in tax law, and let me tell you, with that master's in tax law, I was a business owner who just threw that law degree to the back because I'm in my business. I'm hustling. I'm trying to make payroll. I'm trying to get this thing to shake. I'm doing all this stuff. And I did not realize that I was filing my taxes on the wrong form. When the real Alphabet Boys came and did an audit, when they do this audit, they're gonna talk to you like you went to that like you are IRS agent. Do you know what U.S. code blase blase is? No, I don't. But it says it in this, in this, in this, in this, and you're on the wrong form. And we're gonna go back 5 years, and baby, they're gonna go through every expense. Now, I thought I was good. I had all these file folders of receipts. I would keep my paper receipts, right? But here's the gag. Over time, over a year, some of those paper receipts, the ink will disappear. Do you know that on the receipts that the ink disappeared? He told me disallowed. What? I literally went through 2.5 years of an IRS audit. It was Satan came down with the IRS jacket on, and he combed through every line on every tax return. He wanted to see every mile. I mean, he literally he went through everything with a fine tooth comb. Now by the grace of God, he went away, and I had a regular IRS audit. But with the audit, there was a 6-figure audit. Okay, your girl got hit with 6 figures to pay back to the I and the R, the S. Okay, and I'm saying all of this that if I went through all this with a CPA, now I was with an accountant. I wasn't with who I needed to be. I needed to be at a CPA. He didn't know I was making too much. I did not choose the S Corp election. I was filing as a multi-member LLC, so I'm doing a partnership return, and I'm getting killed with that self-employment tax. Killed. When I got in that audit, they went back, I think 5 years. Now, when I was an attorney, I had the ignorant mindset. I'm getting paid cash. I'm not going to report the cash. Ain't no papers on me. I ain't getting no 1099. I'm going to just ride dirty. They went and got them bank statements. They went and took all that income and was like, baby, we're going to do your own tax return. No, you ain't submitting no expense. We're going to make up your own tax return. So I got hit with a big old tax bill for 4 years being an attorney, plus making all this money. So, baby, when I tell you, you do not want to play with the I, the R, and the S. Your girl is telling you from experience. Okay, so you need to be at an accountant's office, at a CPA's office, and saying this: here's my industry, here's how much I'm making, what do I need to be writing off? What are the deductions in your industry? What receipts do you need to be saving? How should I be saving and organizing my expenses for a bookkeeper or for you to do my books? What are books? Books are where they're going to take all the income you make, subtract all the expenses you spent that are out the bank account that you have receipts for, and then the bottom line, you're going to pay a tax on that profit. You need to know how we have to keep all this stuff, because when the IRS comes, if things are not kept in a proper way, they're going to disallow the deduction. On my little restaurant receipts, oh, IRS code blah 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 says that you have to have written on there the name of the person who you were with. But baby, 4 years ago, I don't know why I'm at this restaurant who was there, and he's looking at me like, you don't know this? And I'm looking at him like, well, how? No, I don't know this. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They take a knife and they're just trying to make you bleed and bleed and bleed. And then that's when the monkeys, see, y'all think of me playing. the monkey's gonna be on your neck, right? It's stress. So for 2 years, I am praying to Jesus. Can you please have? I was, and then this is wrong. I'm praying that he had a heart attack. He got sick. He died. I'm praying that he would go away, and God worked. I do not know what happened to him, but he literally just vanished, and we got a normal, sensible person. But he already done went through all my stuff, and I was out of order. I was out of order. They didn't do nothing wrong. They didn't plant the wrong tag. They didn't do nothing wrong. I was out of order. So I know running a business, you don't keep every receipt. How many times do you pay cash for something you don't have a receipt? Then when it comes time, to write something off, you kind of just freestyling. But when the IRS comes, they are going through every line with that fine tooth comb. Okay, so we got to be at an accountant's office. You need to it's now January. If you can get in before they get booked and busy, you got to at least pay for a consultation.
Yeah.
What are the common tax deductions in my industry? What can I write off? So as you're paying for these things that I need to have this. I have tax deduction guides on my website. If you type in the live tax deduction, a link will be sent to you. Hit the link in my bio. But what are the common tax deductions for your industry? So you know what needs to be written off. Eventually, as you start making money, you're gonna start writing the IRS a check.
Yes.
We're supposed to write the IRS a check. But we don't want to write the IRS a bigger check than we have to. If I had made my S Corp election sooner, I could have saved 6 figures. I was making a lot of money getting that 12.4% self-employment tax on me. Okay? But I'm paying my accountant to do all this, and everyone doesn't know. So now you got to say, do you specialize in small businesses?
There you go.
So I
That's the critical thing. Yes.
And went to the CPA. I'm playing with you. Let me go. Let me go ahead and cut this check. You're going to cut a check wherever you go to get this financial plan, to get what you are going to cut a check. See, the game is sold, is not told. You got to pay for the knowledge. But when you get with an accountant, if you get with a CPA and you tax plan, hey, do you plan? Hey, your sales are increasing this quarter. You need to go buy some equipment. Go stock up on inventory. Go do this year because to reduce your tax liability. Or you had a big loss. Report the loss. You can carry a loss 5 years forward. You may not need the loss right now, but next year you may need the loss. These are all the things that H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, Kiki, and them ain't gonna tell you, okay? But you want to make sure that you have your taxes in order. Not filing is not an option. Writing everything off, so you're taking a loss for the last 5 years, that's not an option. As a business owner, we want to write a check, but we only want to write the check that covers what we're supposed to do. So Miss Nicole, what kind of tax planning do you offer your clients?
Well, I kind of let it be at their discretion. Like you alluded to, a lot of people will choose your H&R Blocks and Jackson Hewitts and all these people. No knock against them. But what we got to start understanding when we start wanting to build real wealth, we're going to have to elevate to the people that this is what they do. This is what they've gone to school to do. And you have to pay for that knowledge. The Jackson Hewitts and H&R Blocks, their mission is to get you a refund. They don't deal in tax avoidance. They don't deal in that. That's not their lane. Now they will. The people that they typically have working there, they're not your more skilled tax people. So when you decide, me personally, if I'm going to pick someone and I have a business, I am going to do an interview with them and I am going to ask questions like, not only what type of accounting knowledge do you have, what type of tax background do you have, where have you worked, what have you done? I want to know about your tax resume, because that's what's going to be crucial. You need to know, do these people know? One of the things that you were talking about I think which a lot of people gets a lot of people in trouble. We do want to write off so many things, like on the Schedule C. One critical thing to know about that: the IRS only gives you 3 years to come into profit on a business. If you're continually on that same SIC code, which is that same line of business, you're continually each year showing a loss on that business, they're going to consider that a hobby. So
Mhm.
they're going to disallow everything that you're putting on there going forward. H&R Block is not going to tell you that,
Hmm.
So that's not their lane. So having that tax background to be able to educate, letting the client come and tell me what is it that you're trying to do. Because if you're just trying to get a refund, I'm not going to talk you out of what your plan, your
Right,
financial
right.
plan is. Maybe that's your lane. That's what you want to do. And it's not my job to tell you not to do
Correct.
that. But if you're coming and you're telling me in my financial plan, I want to purchase buildings, I want to purchase property, then we know showing negatives on a Schedule C is not going to get you to that plan
Correct.
realistically. So it's all in your structure, whether that be your taxing structure that you're in. Like you said, one of the audit things that they look at, that like now in my capacity now, I'm a statistician, and one will ask, why would the IRS hire a statistician? Statisticians are they're data scientists, and pretty much what they do is they comb through data of gazillion taxpayers, and if they're looking at a certain form, or they're looking at your behavior and how you're claiming deductions, if it's not conducive to that structure that you've
Hmm.
chosen, such as a partnership, if you're acting like an S corp but you're registered as a partnership, that's a mismatch. That's a flag. And that alone will get you set up for audit. So that's what they have their statisticians in the background doing, looking for those mismatches of information to be able to bring you to the audit pool, to be able to come out and verify what you're doing. These are the kind of things you don't learn, these things going in wanting a
Correct.
refund. So there's no knock on wanting to go that route, but as you enhance your financial plans to want to make more money, you're going to have to think
Correct.
different. You're going to have to come up with a plan to grow your money, not just wanting that refund back. That's short
Correct.
term money. There's a difference between wanting to be wealthy and wanting to be rich. Rich is getting that tax refund of $8,000 in that moment. You may feel like you're rich with that, but if you want to be wealthy and you want to tap into some of the real wealth of this country, you're going to have to look for those tax avoidance strategies that's going to allow you to keep the most of your money. Some of the most prominent people in this country don't pay a lot in taxes because they know the legal tax shelters to get into real estate and how to do these transactions, how to pass these properties down and not sell them. They know what they're doing because they
Correct.
have the right team around them. So
Correct.
pretty much whatever the client comes and whatever they want, if they're asking the questions, I may suggest a few things, but it's all in their individual
Correct.
financial plan. And if they want it, the knowledge is there. I will share it. But if that's not what they want to do, then I kind of let them, dictate what they want in their own
And
financial plans.
then another thing as you're growing your business, eventually either you're personally going to want to go get finance. You're going to want to buy a
Yes.
house, get a car, or your business maybe wanting to go get a loan, a line of credit, maybe finance some company vehicles.
Yes.
So if the business is always taking a loss, it's not going to get financed. It's not going to be able. If on paper and the business is with what's on the tax return matters for a business. What's on the tax return matters for you when it comes to finances. The bank is going to ask for a tax return. They're not going to ask you, hey, can you afford this mortgage? They want proof.
Yes.
They want proof that you make enough money to afford it. So if your business is making a loss, well then no, you are going to get denied this loan. You're going to get denied this line of credit. No, we're not going to finance you in a vehicle. So when you are in a business, we got to change our mindset
Sure.
from lack to excess. So I'm making money, and part of being a business owner is cutting a check to the IRS for only what is due. Nothing
Yes.
more, nothing less. how you have to pay your payroll, you got to pay your landlord, you got to
Yes.
pay your vendors, you got to pay your inventory, you got to pay your silent business partner, the I, the R, and the S. It's just what it is. That's why I always say when you have a business, have 4 bank accounts: income account, expense account, payroll account, because them employees will be changing them checks. Trust me, they will change the amount, make up fake checks, all that, and then have you a tax/savings account. So on your big, heavy cash flow months, we're not in Tulum, we're not outside, we're putting some money aside because we know when we go to that CPA's office, he's gonna say, here's the number of what you got to write the IRS. You want to have some kind of account to be able to pull something from, to be able to cut them check and move on. Now you want
That's
to always
important.
have cut that check and move
Yeah.
on. If you
Yeah.
cutting a check, they're not looking at you, right? But if you always getting a refund, now how you got a refund 4 or 5? Now they looking at you. You are waving this red flag. Hey y'all, come over here. Come over here.
Well, not only that, they're looking at you and they're looking at similar businesses like yours. And once again, that's another use of a statistician. They're looking at you and your zip code. If you have a bakery, and they're looking at all the other bakeries that have grossed the same amount of money in your area that you grossed, they have 10 employees, you have 2.
Right.
Something, there's a mismatch
Correct.
of information. So you
Correct.
got to understand, you're not the only person that is in that industry. They're mirroring you up against your counterparts, and that's what triggers an audit as well. So we have to understand, like you said, that is one of our worksheets in here. We have a net worth analysis in here, and it's in there monthly because I want your mind to be on it monthly. What do I look like on paper?
Right.
Because when you try to elevate up, these are the things that they're going to be asking you. What type of assets do you have? Cash, land, whatever, buildings, whatever, and what are your debts?
Right.
Are your debts more than your assets?
Right.
Are you in the negative? Where are you? Anything that you apply for, look at the bottom of those applications. It's a net worth analysis down at the bottom because they want to know what type of risk you are to the bank. And your net worth is what's determining that risk factor. It's determining your rate, it's determining whether or not you get approved for that. So it's critical. I like to look at mine all the time. Credit score is important, but more importantly, it's what you're worth on paper. And if you're writing off everything, 0 on your taxes all the time, you can't figure out how to put your business in a profit. You're a risk for the bank. So you can't have bank statements that say $500,000 and 0 on the tax return. Correct. That's another mismatch of information.
Correct.
That is one of those tax evasion things that I was talking about, under reporting of income. That is one of their main tactics, and that is one of the things that they look at to gauge that tax evasion. They're going to ask you for all of your bank statements. They're going to compare that to what you put on that return. So if there's a mismatch and you have 100,000 more in your bank account for the 12 months than what you put on the return, the burden of proof is on you to prove why. And when you can't prove why you have more money over here, that's a problem. But when you have the right tax professionals in your pocket, they can shed light on these kind of tips and nuggets for you where you don't get in these situations.
Correct.
Because those penalties and those interest charges will wear you out.
Get my monkey back out, girl. Get my monkey back out.
So you definitely want the right people in your corner. You may not look at it as a big thing right now when you don't make a lot of money, but as you elevate, and that's what this platform is about, getting you to that level where you're 7-8 figures. If you can't maintain it at the small level, it's going to be a disaster when you get to the big level. So We just want to cultivate healthy behaviors around money where as you grow, those behaviors will follow you and they will go with you. We're talking our face off
Mm-hmm.
every week about different things you can do. And it's good to have a tax person talk to you from the perspective of maybe that's not a smart thing to
Right.
do.
Right.
Maybe you should not do that. And I'm gonna say this and I'll be done with it. But one of the most critical things is choosing the right preparer. People do not understand this, and I say this all the time. The preparer you choose is just as important as the return that you file. Because if that person has a lot of shady clients, guess who's gonna be the next client under
You.
audit? You.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it. If I'm a preparer and I've made a mistake on John's taxes, the thought of the agent is that I've made that same mistake on everybody
Correct.
else's taxes. There's another use of a statistician. Pull me every return that was filed on this P10, set them up for audit. It takes me 10 minutes to do that. So you see how you slipped into somebody else's situation.
Correct.
And you weren't even really doing anything,
Correct.
but the preparer that you've chosen is just not that knowledgeable. And it may not even be something that they intentionally
Correct.
did. But ignorance of the law is no
Defense.
excuse
Correct.
for the error. They don't take that as a justifiable excuse. So you have to really know what you're doing in these tax streets. And you have to move appropriately, because you will end up, every dime you make will end up going back. It'll end up going back to them. And I don't think we're working hard to do that.
Right.
I think we have to be smart, but that's a part of your financial plan. Tax planning should be a part of your plan. So I hope you guys go over, subscribe on the website. We send out all kind of email blasts on different financial nuggets, newsletters. We do a lot of things. This month we have a handbag giveaway for Valentine's Day. We are giving away a Fendi Sunshine Tote. This is the tote here. Okay. And the rules for getting that bag, you have to, number one, subscribe to our website.
Okay.
Go and click on the link at the bottom of the website, put in your email address and hit submit. That's the first rule. You have to purchase the planner, of course, to enter into the drawing. You have to follow at The Real Nicole Wynn, my personal page. You have to follow the business page, Wise Money Managers, and you have to come back and you have to comment on this live and let us know if you purchased your planner or if you enjoyed the knowledge and if you're going to join this journey with us. Those are the only steps. We will do the drawing live on Valentine's Day, and we will pick the winner of the bag and we will mail the bag out. That's it. It's simple. We're really looking for people that are serious about getting on this journey and creating these income streams and putting this wealth inside of our families. We're excited to have all of you guys aboard, and we're looking forward to building this and collabing with people like yourself that can drop us those legal nuggets. Grants are an amazing way to be able to leverage your income. But once again, you're going to have to know how to manage the grant money.
Correct.
There's so much grant money out there that you can use for different projects. I have amazing grant writers that we have in the network. And with your business savvy knowledge of knowing how to write the contracts, and we managing, the resources are here. But you have to learn how to manage your personal finances before you step over into a grant capacity and start commingling that and not understanding what you're doing.
Correct.
So I look forward to everybody coming over, and I really appreciate you using your platform to kind of discuss what we have going on, and I look forward to speaking with you more.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
Show everyone this planner, Miss Nicole. Now y'all need to, if y'all just logging on, click the drop down button at the top of your screen, and Miss Nicole's Instagram page will come up. Hit follow. Go to her page. She's gonna have a link. She's gonna have a. She's also gonna tag her business page. Go follow that page. Go buy this planner. How much is this planner, Miss Nicole?
The planner is $29.99.
Girl,
Yes,
this is
yes,
no plan.
yes. Oh, it's so many nuggets in here for $29.99. But we intentionally keeping it low because we want people to learn. We want you to level up. We will have additional services in the future. Like I said, more tax planning strategies and more tax tips for people to be able to leverage these passive sources that they're adding on and creating wealth. So it gets greater later. But for now, we want everybody excited. We want people purchasing the planner. We want you guys, a lot of our extended content is over on the Facebook platform, Nicole Wynn. We will be putting clips over on Instagram as well for you guys to go back and watch little clips of different topics that we're talking about. But join us, engage with us. Let us know what you want to know more about. And we will be bringing the professionals to the platform that can speak on these things, such as yourself. Beautiful.
Now, Miss Nicole's tripping because that planner is worth every bit of $99. It's printed, it's hardback, it's cute. But while she's tripping at $29.99, y'all need to, when you get off this live, go purchase your planner tonight. Follow her personal page, follow her business page, book the consultation. You're going to be entered to win the Fendi bag. But what's more important than the Fendi bag is getting the knowledge to be able to set yourself up for success. So as you are going through 2024, you got a plan. When you are increasing your money, you know, okay, she said when I increase my money, here's option 1, 2, and 3. She says I grow my business, here's option 4, 5, and 6. She says I get that raise at my job. So you already have a plan. So when the increase comes, you already know what to do with it versus what I did, got the increase and got the HE hockey sticks knocked out of me because I had to pay most of the increase to the I, the R, and the S because I wasn't set up correctly. I was an LLC, not an S corp. I got hit with all them taxes and I was mad. But like I said, you can't play with the I, the R, and the S, okay? But once you start getting yourself on a financial plan, once you start having a budget, once you start seeing that savings account increase, that this monkey is gonna slowly come on, it's gonna slide down, and pretty soon you're going, oh my gosh, finances are no longer a problem. I have more money than I have month. I actually have a reserve. If I got sick and was hospitalized for 2 weeks, I can still pay my bills. I know when I get this money, what other avenues I want to go into. I want to go into real estate. I want to go into Bitcoin. I want to do it. You already have a plan, right? Don't wait until you get the money and then try to find the plan. Already know where it's supposed to go so everything runs smoothly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Could not have said it better. It is planning, 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 planning. That is the key. Not doing things. Things cost you when you do them at the spur of the moment. It's the convenience of it. So you're going to pay when you do it at the spur of the moment. But yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to speaking with you on some business matters and collabing on some other things. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so everyone go follow Nicole, get her planner, book your consultation, follow her personal page and her business page to get in that cute Fendi giveaway. But more importantly, we are going to take 2024 to that next level by being proactive and planning out our success. Thank you so much, Miss Nicole. Can you show us our planner one more time? Because she's real cute.
Absolutely.
And she is tripping. It is not $29.99, y'all. So while she's tripping, you
and
go
it
ahead
has
and get
the
it.
bank vault
Come on,
for
bank.
you on the back.
Oh, yes.
This is what we're doing. We're getting in the bank vault this year. So yes, it's very cute and very trendy.
Okay, thank you so much for joining me on a Tuesday evening, Miss Nicole. You have given us so much knowledge. Thank you for just, teaching everyone some things that they normally would not know. I will post this live on my page. If you were kind of running errands in your car, you came in late, you'll be able to get all the nuggets that Miss Nicole gave us on financial planning, getting a budget, tax savings, passive income, the whole nine. Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Nicole, for joining me tonight.
Thank you.
Everyone
You're
have
welcome.
a
Have a
good
good
night.
night.
Bye.
All right.